They locked me up in the towers near Mistwatch. I managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guards slept, but now I'm completely lost. Can you help me, please? Oh, thank you. They're at Mistwatch. Here, if you can stop them, you'll be a true hero. What was that? Thought I heard something.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. I'll pay you good. Don't lose it.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 206 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if you're looking for a better alternative to those gas station energy drinks that are really bad for you, try out GamerSupps and use my link down below. You can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your drinks, and I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys if you do end up trying it. So if you do end up trying the drink, let me know in the comments down below. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have Gladys the Corgi, a custom dog follower mod. The mod page reads, "I love corgis, they're the best. I've always wanted to make a little corgi follower for the longest time, but I've always been held back by my lack of assets. However, there's been a mod released recently called Dovahkiin Dogs that actually has a mesh that's actually for corgis. So what they did is actually buy the usage rights from the original author of that mod, and now they present to you Gladys, a fierce working dog that'll happily bite the heels of your enemies. You can talk to the new merchant at the Solitude Docks to begin your adventure together." This mod features a new adorable corgi follower named Gladys with a unique model and armor set to make her stand out from the rest of Skyrim's dogs, as well as a new looting system that will allow Gladys to retrieve useful items from the surrounding environment, a home framework that will allow Gladys to be able to be told where to live when dismissed, as well as the ability to play fetch. And all of the sound effects that are featured within this mod are fully revoiced sound effects using audio from the mod author's own pet corgi, which I think is really awesome. Now, like I said, in order to actually get Gladys the Corgi, you have to go to the merchant ship, which is located by the Solitude Docks in front of the East Empire Company warehouse, and this ship is only there before purchasing Gladys from the merchant, and afterwards she'll leave and take the ship with her. They carefully chose the location of the ship to ensure it won't conflict with any of the other popular Solitude mods, so it should be compatible with any other mod that you have out there. I really like this mod because it really goes above and beyond in terms of features whenever it comes to a dog mod, because I've covered a lot of dog mods in the past, or just regular animal follower mods in the past, where they don't really go into the features. It's more so you just own this vanilla character and that's really it. But this really goes above and beyond in terms of features, because you get not only a unique model and armor set and looting system, but also the ability to play fetch, which is something I've never seen in a dog follower mod before. So if you maybe have a corgi at home, or you just find them really cute and you want them by your side as you take on Skyrim's adventures, then I'd strongly recommend downloading the Gladys the Corgi mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Kids Are Alright Renewal mod. Now this is a complete overhaul of the mod The Kids Are Alright, and it's basically a new mod with the same name, which means it's not compatible with older versions of the mod or patches for it. And for those of you who don't know, the original mod was a comprehensive standalone child replacer, as well as new NPCs, follower, hostile, and everything else under the sun kid mod. This version just replaces the default vanilla children in Skyrim and also adds 27 new randomly placed adoptable children to be discovered in the world of Skyrim. These new children are in places that make sense to their particular race, and it's also highly recommended by the mod creator to use this mod on a new game start. Probably just because it's 149 megabytes and it changes all of the children in the game, they just want to start you new from the ground up. This mod also includes custom clothes tailored just for these children, and I do want to say that although this is 150 megabytes of a child overhaul mod, it is an absolutely amazing one. Especially if you're going to be doing a Hearthfire playthrough, or you just want to build a house and kind of start a family in Skyrim, this is definitely the way to go, because you'll have so many new faces to choose from, instead of just those stupid vanilla child faces that all of them are exactly the same pretty much. If you've played vanilla Skyrim enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that every child pretty much looks exactly the same, same, just with some hair thrown on or just different clothes, but this mod really blows it out of the water in terms of detail whenever it comes to these NPCs. So if you're running a graphical load order and you maybe want to settle down and start a family in Skyrim, let's also make sure that the kids have high quality textures too, with the Kids Are Alright Renewal mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have a new and unfinished mod called ABLOS. This is the mod author's first mod, so he told us to go easy on him, but it adds new named homes, inns, and shops to Tel Mithryn, Raven Rock, and the Old Addis Farm. All with lore-friendly names, and most homes are Dunmerry names. This mod also adds 2 new unfinished towns that are planned to be updated, called Aramora, which is an ash forest, and it's north of Fort Frostmoth, and you can follow the road going uphill from Old Addis Farm to get there. It's a Quarma town founded by the refugees from Redoran areas. Also on top of that, we have the Basara Winnel town, which is the Green Promise town, which is north of the Ashlow Citadel, and you can find it by following the road from Tel Mithryn Stables north. It's a town founded by mixed refugees, but also has been home to a few Tel Mithryn locals looking for a place less crowded. There's also a few NPCs that have been added around Tel Mithryn's docks, inns, and stables, as well as new items such as Guarskin drums, Trauma Root flutes, Bantam Guar eggs, Pony Guar eggs, and Riding Guar eggs. Now that's everything that's included in the mod as of right now, but there's also a big list of the stuff that they plan on adding in the future, and it looks like they're very close to adding this stuff in, because whenever you go and explore the new towns, you can actually see that the towns are unfinished, but it's almost done. All they have to do is add new NPCs such as villagers, guards, and carriage drivers, and maybe merchants and innkeepers. They also plan on finishing some dungeons that they're adding around the world of Solstheim, finishing the clutter, adding new quests, and adding Guar to the small Guar ranch, which is by the Tel Mithryn stables, for riding Guar and pony Guar as well. So there's so many plans whenever it comes to updating this mod, and like I said, this mod, yes, it is unfinished, but a lot of it is already finished, such as the new NPCs that have been added to Tel Mithryn's docks, inns, and stables, and the new buildings around Tel Mithryn as well. Those are all completed. The only things that are unfinished are the regular dungeons that are added, some of the extra clutter, some quests are missing, and just the NPCs in the 2 towns aren't there. So the 2 towns, if you travel to them, there won't be any NPCs in them, but you can explore them and see what they're going to look like whenever the mod gets its eventual update. So I think this mod has a lot of potential in terms of really adding some life to Solstheim, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 3 spot. So I'd strongly recommend downloading and checking out the ABLOS mod. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have Lucifer, the Argonian custom voiced follower mod. Now this is a custom voiced Argonian follower with over 1,800 plus lines of dialogue. Despite his goofy nature, he's a skilled archer and will follow you anywhere you go. He'll listen to your commands unless he feels like it isn't the right thing to do, and you can try to ask him about his past and he may or may not do so. But if you continue to make yourself the hero of Skyrim, he'll then trust you more, and he may tell you of his dark past. You can find Lucifer in Dragon's Reach, and you can also install him mid-game, but it's highly recommended to create a new game to get the full experience. This is because you may have already done some of the, main quests leading up to finding Lucifer, and he actually has custom voice lines for those specific quests, so it's best to get him early so you can see everything Lucifer has to offer. This mod also has the alternate start Live Another Life compatibility in it, so you don't actually have to start from Helgen. You can also have the alternate start mod and just start anywhere you want and lead up to that point where you find Lucifer. The mod page also states that follower framework mods and anything like that controls Lucifer will cause him to break, so it's important to not add any follower frameworks because he already has his own. Now I really like this mod and follower mods like this just because of how personal they can be. These follower mods that include over 1,800 lines of dialogue or more or sometimes less, they actually really show the personality of a character if they do it right. And I think this mod definitely does do it right. The voice lines are delivered very well, and he actually comments on the stuff that you do in the game as well, so whenever you're going through the main story, you can actually hear, feedback from Lucifer himself, and if you get stuck in a puzzle, you can actually ask him what the solution is, and he can try to help you, as well as during the main quest, if you have any problems with the main quest and you maybe not know what to do next, you can actually ask him. He has his own dialogue box that is specifically for main quest areas, where you can ask him a question about the main quest, and he'll be able to answer it based on what part of the quest you're in. So if you're looking for a new companion to take across Skyrim that'll actually help you throughout your travels and actually talk to you and get to know you as well, then Lucifer the Argonian custom voice follower mod is definitely a mod I'd recommend downloading and meeting Lucifer for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a mod that I've been so excited to cover ever since I found it, and it's the Arenas of Skyrim. This mod adds fully functional arenas into Skyrim, and it adds the full arena experience by adding player fights, arena ranks, and NPC fights that you can bet on. Now, this mod has been a side project for the mod creator, and they're finally happy to say that they have a version that can be released to the public. He presents to us the Arenas of Skyrim, and they've seen a lot of people take on the challenge of adding an arena system into Skyrim, and while they all are great mods, they've always felt that there was something missing in them, or just something that didn't feel right. So whenever they started building the mod, they asked themselves, what do I want in an arena mod? And the answer to that was pretty simple. They want to go into the arena and make some money by bashing some skulls in, and what if they don't want to bash some skulls in? You want to watch some other people bash each other's skulls in and make some money for betting. So that's exactly what they did here. This mod features a Windhelm arena with 5 different types of repeatable NPC fights that are 4-man free-for-alls or a 3v1 handicap fight, as well as NPC fights that you can bet on in the Windhelm arena, as well as 5 arena ranks you can gain by winning more challenging and unique rank-up fights. There's also an arena over in Riften with 6 different kinds of repeatable beast fights from wolves to trolls, NPC fights that you can bet on, as well as 5 ranks that you can also gain by winning more challenging rank-up fights. In the Markarth arena, there's a new kind of fight, which is the timer fights, aka kill all this enemy in a matter of seconds. There's also traps and other NPC fights that you can bet on. And then finally you have the Whiterun arena, which is a new kind of fight, which are wave fights. Defeat as many waves of enemies as possible. So depending on the town you go to, it'll actually choose the type of challenge you'll have in that battle. And whenever it comes to gaining a new arena rank, all of the standard fights are randomized. After you've won your first 5 fights though, you'll get your first rank up quest. After finishing a rank up quest, you'll get a new one roughly after 5 more standard arena fights. Now, of course, these fights are also balanced to the best of the mod creator's abilities, but it's not taking into account the type of difficulty mods that you'll have installed during your playthrough. So if you're using mods such as the Elegy Balance Overhaul, which was in my RPG load order, these fights are going to be a lot more difficult than usual, which is a good thing in my opinion. But regardless of the other mods that you're using and maybe the difficulty enhancers that you have, the Arenas of Skyrim is a perfect mod to have in any type of load order, because if you just get bored of fighting the random bandits that you encounter over the wilds, you can then head into an arena and have a big spectator area where you can watch fights and place bets on them, or you could actually go down and fight and rank up in the arena just like you could in Oblivion. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Arenas of Skyrim mod. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.